So you know that we have a homelessness problem here in the United States. We have a homelessness crisis, as I would like to personally call it. How we have almost 1 million people living on the streets in this country just alone, and we just basically don't do a lot about it. We don't care about it that much. And even in places like California, they push homeless people into the actual desert. And here in Kentucky at the moment, they're trying to pass a bill that makes it possible for you to just get a homeless person that you see sleeping in their car in Walmart, because they're just not supposed to be there, so they might as well be dead. That's just how conservatives think, apparently. With that being said, homeless people beset on all sides decide to go subterranean. I'm not joking. It's right. They found homeless people living in dugout caves in random communities. They've just gone to make their own societies under the crust of the earth. Ones where money don't matter. Is really interesting. Let's take a look at this. Hidden homeless caves tucked along the Tuolumne. Is that how I pronounce that? I want to make sure. Tuolumne River were cleared out by volunteer groups and in the Modesto Police Department over the weekend. Oh, that's kind of fucked up. Like, they finally get a home, and the first thing that you do is kick them out of their cave. Cave people, IRL mole people. Yeah, basically. Volunteer groups, that's wild. Yeah, like, can you imagine volunteering to kick a homeless person out of a cave? Let them live? Yeah, you don't want to give them a home, so now what? You don't want to give them a home. You shoot them if they sleep on the street. So they have to do something, man. Maybe if they had the millionaire mindset, honestly. Volunteers from Operation 9299 and the Tuolumne River Trust partnered with Modesto Police Department and cleared out 7,600 pounds of trash. And they also had 2 truckloads and a trailer of garbage that were removed from the area. The caves were located across the street from Crater Avenue and about 20 feet below the street level, accessible via makeshift stairs built into the hillside. These are basically stairs they made to go up and down to the dwelling. Tracy Rojas, he lives near the cave camps. Cave camps. Yo, look at that. This is what we make people do in this country, man. Rojas took CBS 13 on the treacherous walk to see these craters near the homes that she has lived in for nearly 30 years on Crater Avenue. If one of these were to collapse, it would be devastating, she said. This whole thing would come down and go into the water. One of the caves that Rojas took CBS 13 into was fully furnished with what she said was beddings, belongings, food, and things things on a makeshift mantle, drugs, and weapons. Listen, you gotta protect yourself somehow out there. Now, here's the thing. I've been making fun of them making them get out of the cave, but let's be honest with ourselves. I don't know if this is really actually safer. It is an option. Being sheltered and have something above your head is usually better than not. But is it really better if the thing that's like above your head could actually collapse at any point in time, killing and drowning you and everybody else in the cave? Because she is right. Just one problem, like a little too much rain or something, over time erosion could actually just kill everybody in the cave. We're not sure if it has proper ventilation, and we're not sure if there are actually the homeless shelters nearby that could possibly take them in, but it is pretty dangerous to have them in the caves. That being said, they do need an actual place to be. They do need a real place to be. Here are the tunnels. We're the tunnel snakes, and we rule. That's someone's entire life in that corner. That's true. It's probably like everything that one person owns just sitting in this corner. Well, everything that they have to themselves in this corner. We had a hard time figuring out how they got so much stuff in down there. Or they just took it. What are you talking about? Maybe if you had the tunnel mindset, you would have been able to understand. This is like people saying, I can't believe that they were able to build the pyramids. What are you talking about? Just like how they built Rome. One brick at a time. One brick at a time, people. Honestly, it's kind of inspiring. They carried it, dumbass. Yeah, what do you mean? They carried it, fool? Considering how hard it is to get up the hill and out, Gupta was one of the volunteers who was hauling out everything that was in the caves. He said they found 8 caves in total, but this wasn't the group's first time down there. You know, if libraries in their area haven't been shut down, what they need to do is then read up how like the Viet Cong were able to hide their caves, and then they need to do the salty run back and then try to get their caves to be more hidden this time, you know? So the trapdoor spider technique, just something, because you can't allow the homeful people to be taking your caves like this. Isn't California known for massive earthquakes? Yeah, California is like pretty bad, pretty notorious when it comes to the earthquakes. They are on a they are sitting on directly on a tectonic plate. Modesto doesn't even know what a library is, dog. It's so over, dude. In November 2022, CBS 13 took a tour of the cleared out caves in what is this? I've never seen this word in my life.
Stanislaus.
Where the f is this? Wait a second. Oh, this is California. I was like, why do these names sound like this? This has to be like California, right? Okay, yeah. Near Modesto. I don't know what the f Modesto is. I'm sorry. I've never heard of Modesto in my entire life. It's Central Valley, California. Okay. All right. So these are Californian cave homeless people. Honestly, this makes a lot of sense that you would have to, that in California of all places where homeless people have had to start to make caves. I'm telling you, like, it's either the cave or the desert. You pick. This is the choice that the Californians give homeless people, the cave or the desert. And then they get mad at them when they pick cave. What the f? This is Cave Volume 2. All right, so this is Cave Series 2. That's more elaborate than the next. Can you imagine the next time that they find the caves is a whole like cathedral? Like it looks crazy. It looks like an underground airport or something. That'd be wild. You can see the hooks on the wall where they had bottles to hang stuff. Bottles and stuff hanging down, Rojas said. I think there needs to be more of an emphasis on homelessness, on the homeless. There's a point where you can see they are desperate. Oh yeah, guys, I finally know that homeless people are desperate. All it took was me finding out that they have started to build caves under streets. And oh my, I finally get it now. Who could have seen this coming? CBS 13 asked Modesto police and the city what was being done to prevent homeless people, to prevent people from coming back to the cave camp. The spokesman said they will continue to monitor the area and connect homeless residents to services. Police worked with members of its HEART team, oh no, park rangers, chat, and abandonment personnel to notify the police. People are staying in caves and homeless camps about the upcoming cleanup operation before they cleared out everything. They also gave them services to assist them during the transition. It's already proven that people will dig these out, so I don't think filling them in with any material would work. Oh my gosh, homeless people are too strong. They're scared of what they're gonna come back and do. They're like, they've already dug them out. If we fill it in, they'll just dig it out again. His service was a bag of chips and a pat on the back. Yeah, I hope they connected them with actually good services, and I hope they gave them their stuff back. Because just like kicking them out and stealing their stuff again, so not only are they homeless again, but now they're even more poor than before you found them. That doesn't seem good to me. But this is Californians. Just so you know, in 2015, I think it was, what was it, 2013, 2015, California voted against like gay marriage. Like, always think that your average Californian voter is worse than you imagine. If you think like a Californian voter will like think a good thing, imagine them thinking the worst thing possible. And then you're probably more right than you actually are. There's something about like the Californian mind that makes you kind of I hate to say it, kind of a bad person. There's something about it, dude. People expect like Californians and California voters to be like a little better. They're not. Your average California voter is kind of insane. Yeah, something about the Californian skull shape that's quite scary. I expect nothing less from California. On Wednesday, CBS 13 was back out along the riverbanks. Crew put up makeshift fencing and cautionary tape around the area. Erosion, rising waters, Rising waters washing the belongings into the river and contamination are all concerns. It's a hazard not only for the people who are living there, but the people who are waking up there. The caves may be cleared for now, but the neighborhood near the river is feeling no real sense of peace from this problem. It's a safety hazard for them and the community, Rojas said. The area is a city property, Guptill. What, these names are crazy, man. Guptill said that when flooding happens, it spills into the other side of the river, not the side where the caves are located. So you're telling me that they planned the cave specifically to not flood? Oh, so you're telling me that they had better engineering than your average Californian civil engineer? Interesting. That's interesting, isn't it? Those crazy California names, right? This particular area has been plagued with vagrancy and illegal camps. How about California is actually plagued with not caring about their homeless population that they created? That's what I think the real plague is, if I'm going to be honest with you. Wait, let me see. You think I can get a video on these? What do you think? Oh, there was an update. Okay. I think there's an update. Wait, let me see. Yeah, wait, no. We do got a video, chat. We got a video of what the caves look like. Let's take a look.
A group of volunteers in Modesto stumbled upon these underground structures while doing a cleanup this weekend.
Yeah, check them out. So CBS 13's Tori Abadaka is in Modesto with a closer look inside the caves that are causing some big-time concerns.
I've covered a lot of homeless stories in the past, but I've never seen such elaborate infrastructure for encampments. It starts with these makeshift steps that lead about 20 feet down below to where these caves are hidden. You can't even see them from up above, and that's likely why they went undetected for so long.
So not bothering anybody, actually vibing, uncaring about their homelessness population so bad they go searching for them. It's not even out of sight, out of mind. Maybe it's like they can't even exist anymore. Who snitched? Apparently these people cleaning up the riverbank or whatever. Honestly, this is the real reason why they stopped. Why they stopped them, because there's like a suburb around here. They're like, we can't have filthy poor people around here. We have to do something about them.
Hidden homeless caves tucked along the Tuolumne River in Modesto.
These are basically stairs that they made to get down to the dwelling.
Tracy Rojas took us on the treacherous walk to see the craters created near Crater Avenue.
And if one of these were to collapse, it would be devastating. This whole side would come down and into the water.
7,600 pounds of trash. That's how much was cleared out by volunteer groups and police over the weekend.
You know what I'm kind of thinking about now? I hope they're not calling people's like possessions trash. You know, their personal property that they have, like anything else that they have in there that was left after they forced them out of the cave. I hope they're just not calling everything that they had in there trash. I hope they gave them their stuff back. They absolutely are. They probably are, unfortunately.
So this was fully furnished?
Yes, there was bedding, there was little things up on the mantle, lack of a better word, mantle, food items, drugs, guns.
We had a hard time figuring out how they got so much stuff down in there, considering how hard it was. It's always harder to get it up the hill and get it out.
Chris Guptill was one of these volunteers who says they found 8 caves in total, but it wasn't the group's first time down here.
And we really don't have a known solution to deal with it.
In November 20...
Affordable housing? Free housing? Even? We don't have a known solution to deal with the homelessness crisis. What are you talking about, man? How do other countries do it? Magic? Is it the aliens that helped them? Maybe it was aliens. It's possible. It was possibly aliens that did it. No human could ever think of a way to stop this. Okay, but he'd have to live near the stinky poor. It's very possible. I'm being mean to this guy. He could be a good person. Who knows?
2022, CBS 13 took a tour of the cleared out caves. Nowhere near as elaborate as they are now.
You can see the hooks on the wall.
The hooks?
Where they had bottles and things like that hanging down.
Painted pictures and even a makeshift fireplace. This was someone's home.
What do you think needs to be done to stop this from happening?
Well, I think we need more emphasis on the homeless. I mean, they're at the point where you can see, Tori, that they're desperate.
We asked Modesto police and the city what's being done to prevent people from coming back to Cave Camp. The response, they will continue to monitor the area and connect the homeless to services.
It was already been proven that people are willing to dig those things out, so I don't think filling them back in with any material would work.
The caves cleared for now, but the neighborhood near the river feeling no real sense of peace in this problem.
It's a hazard for not only the homeless who live in there, but the people who are walking up here.
Erosion, rising waters washing the belongings into the river, and contamination are all concerns. Rojas says that park rangers are...
Everything is being done except for actually helping these people. Ain't doing shit. They're just gonna do... There's probably like a crazy cave network somewhere. There's a crazy cave network somewhere. You know what's... Oh, man. I don't know. Because I was like, it's gonna take like a lot of homeless people dying for them to do something, but I'm not sure if your average Californian cares about homeless people dying. If I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of them like hunting homeless people too. Remember that app? It was called the Citizen app, where the guy who was running the app, there was this like startup venture capitalist guy who spent millions to be able to start the Citizen app, and people were like, I love this, it's great, where you can be like a citizen crime vigilante and go like hunt down crime yourself and report it to other people. He put like a bounty out on a homeless guy that he thought started a fire that was burning down trees near his home, and so he put out a personal bounty of his own money that kept getting upped and upped and upped the longer that people weren't finding this guy until it reached like a couple $100,000, and then the police actually found him instead of like the people who were hunting for him, and realized that he didn't start the fire because he was on the other side of town from where the fire was the entire time, like sleeping somewhere. And it's just it's absolutely crazy what they're doing to these people. Just like Batman. You're right. Only Batman actually does help homeless people, and this guy doesn't. That's just murder waiting to happen. Are you the only one to cover one of these apps? No. On YouTube? No. In this space? I think so. I don't think anybody else had talked about that before. It was genuinely, I don't know, it was so wild to me. Like the app telling people to go out and hunt criminals like Pokemon and go catch them. Genuinely crazy stuff. Homeless people living in elaborate camp caves now. Cave camp. Man, if like homelessness wasn't a problem, the idea of a cave camp sounds so badass. Just in your spare time, you and the boys just dig out a massive like underground cathedral. Holy, it goes so crazy. Little mime craft. Do you guys ever dig holes when you were younger? We got any hole diggers in chat? We got any diggers in chat right now? It's me. There's something about a hole that's just so fun. Me and the boys moving dirt and shit. We creating caverns under the crust of the earth and shit. You're right. You so honestly, I've never been more right.
Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. If you're enjoying the content, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, it'll make Boo very sad. I know a bunch of you who are watching are not subscribed. Join the frenzy. You won't regret it.
Thank you, Boo.